I'm gonna hopefully now for the next however long I've got, before the cattle prod comes on to get me off the space, I'm going to explain to you what ghosts are. The reality behind ghosts. So, when I wrote the book called What is a Ghost, on sale in the tea room afterwards, £11.99, £10 for cash, I thought, well, actually, if I'm writing a book called What is a Ghost, I'd better explain what the word ghost means. Ghost. Ghost. Come on, all you Ghostbusters. I know there's a couple of ghosts. What does the word ghost mean? Oh, come on. It's here selling stuff and else. It's all to do with ghosts, isn't it? And the dead. Right. Next question. Is the word ghost a noun or a verb? What do you mean?
No.
Did you go to school? Well, you know, a noun, hang on, a table. Oh. Well, you know what it is. Of course we know. I've seen a ghost. So it's obviously a noun, isn't it? It's not.
It's a verb.
It's a verb.
Yeah.
The word ghost comes from a Proto-Indo-European word, well over 3,000 years old, goized. G-H, goized. And what does it mean? So I'll tell you. To be frightened of.
Oh.
That's it. Anything that we don't understand, that footsteps going up the stairs, I didn't see anybody, doors opening and closing, nobody there, things flying across the room, taps, raps, bangs, bumps, anything that we don't understand, we're frightened of it. And we call it a ghost. What? From that word, goized, G-O-S-T, word gast, G-H-A-S-T, the German word Geist, poltergeist, and the Flemish, Dutch, Belgium, Geest, which is the same thing. They all mean the same thing, to be frightened of, right? When William Caxton came over to this country with his printing press from Holland in the 1400s, and for the first time ever, he brought a printing press to put all of our words into print. And before that, everything was written down by scribes, by nuns and monks and things. Everything was handwritten. And then he revolutionised it by bringing over a printing press. He took every English word and put it into print. And he took the Middle English word ghost, G-O-S-T, but he spelt it with a silent H, because that's the Flemish way of spelling things. Geest, tomatoes. No, bananas in it. G-H-E-E-E. Geest. And he spelt our Middle English word ghost with a silent H, and we got our ghost, to be frightened. Just wind back to Old English, gust. G-H-A-S-T, gust. Have you ever been aghast at something? Have you ever seen something ghastly?
Yeah.
It's frightening. For God's sake, the word ghost is just purely and simply was used originally to describe something that we're frightened of. And we're still in the Middle Ages, because we're still frightened of doors opening and closing on their own, bumps, bangs, taps. Today's magic will be tomorrow's science. But we're still frightened of things that, right, I would like to change the name from ghost to energy, or destroy energy. You can alter its heat, you can change energy, you can't destroy it. You are energy. There's two parts of energy to you. There's the vessel that holds the energy. That's energy. But it becomes energy when it's dead, because it becomes fertilizer for daffodils. But there's an inward energy, an electromagnetic energy that is you, that is personal to you. It's your mind, your soul, your spirit, your ego, your consciousness, you. And there's only one you in this universe and beyond. There might be others that look like you, and act like you, but there is only one you. And that mind, that energy, electromagnetic energy, cannot be destroyed. And that means, beyond all doubt, that every energy of you has to go on, but in an altered state. And from that, I can't tell you what. I don't know whether it goes to another dimension, another frequency, another time zone, another spiritual plane, another spiritual level, a time zone, heaven, hell, don't think so. But you move on. Your energy has to move on in some altered state, because it can't be destroyed. And so that's, wow. So the word is energy. Now, if I started doing my ghost walks around Derby and called them, we're going on an energy walk tonight, wouldn't come. I think if I advertised them as a history walk, that's what they get. It's far more fascinating. So let's say what ghosts are, shall we? I'm going to keep calling them ghosts, by the way. They are ghosts, and that's fine, okay. It might have an accident, because it's not an ideal world. All babies are born, should be born head first, but it's not an ideal world, and they're not. You get breech birth, and it's the same with the spirit, ghost world, or whatever you want to call it. They should all go to where they've got to go and reach it, but they don't. Things happen, accidents happen. They spin off at a tangent, they don't go up the tunnel and go to wherever they're going, and things happen, and they get trapped, and they're here. They don't want to be here, but they're trapped here. But the real reasons that the 40%, the intelligence, are still, some of them are still here and have chosen to be here, is because, number one, they've got unfinished business. They were murdered. Nobody found the murderer. They're still misguidedly hoping, staying behind, hoping that one day justice will be done. That murderer will be found and they can be laid to rest. Or they were executed for a crime they didn't commit. And they're so angry, upset at being executed, taken away from their family or whatever, for something they didn't do, that they're still here, hopefully waiting one day for their story to be told, for the truth to come out. So that's possibly, I suppose, no. I mean, prime example, Pendle witches. How many? 13 of the poor old gals, your grandmas. You know, 68, 78-year-old ladies. Were they witches? No, of course they weren't witches. There's such thing as witches. Not evil witches. There is evil, but no, they were just on the wrong side of religion. They were actually Catholics celebrating a mass on Good Friday at Malkin Tower up there. And because we were a Protestant country, the news didn't reach the village, and a lot of the old gals and the old people clung to the old faith and had to be eradicated. They were the Wiccans, the wise ones, the cunning ones, the ones that you'd go to for a poultice, for a wound on your arm, or a potion to help you with your milk yield. In other words, today it's like popping down to Boots, the chemist. But in those days, you went to the old gal in the village, but she was of the wrong religion. Now, are they still around? Yeah. Why are they around? Because they're so bloody angry at being dragged up away and hanged for being a wise person. So some stay behind because they are angry. They're not evil, but they're very angry, and they would be. So, number one is they've got unfinished business. Somebody that was building a replica